When a game has a long subtitle, or I guess in this case, super title, I often like to trim things down to the title that people actually use. People don't call this one Mahjong Shikaku Retsuden Mahjong Wars. They just call it Mahjong Wars. But in this case, I kind of needed the whole thing, because Mahjong Wars is actually a spin-off of an existing series of Mahjong games, the Mahjong Shikaku series. Mahjong Shikaku originated in the arcade, and computer ports soon followed. If there's one thing that it was known for, it was getting developer Nihon Busan into trouble. Nihon Busan were the preeminent developers of Mahjong games in the 80s. They basically originated the concept of the Mahjong arcade game, or more specifically, were the ones who made it popular by rewarding players with pictures of naked women if they won. Mahjong Shikaku was one of those games, but it added its own special twist. The women who were getting undressed were parodies of other popular characters. The arcade game was from 1988, and in 1989, public outcry had started over these strip Mahjong video games. As a result, Mahjong Wars really isn't a port of Mahjong Shikaku. The parody characters who are drawn exactly like other characters are missing, and as far as I can determine, none of your opponents remove their clothes. Or at least, they never got undressed for me, and I couldn't find footage of it. When you start the game, you're given your choice of normal mode or roleplay, and we'll start with normal mode. You have your choice of 4 opponents, 3 women and 1 guy, and all you have to do is beat them at Mahjong. You both start with 30,000 points, and you have to deplete them to 0. Mahjong Wars is a fairly standard Mahjong game, though I did have a little bit of trouble with the interface. Rather than being menu-driven, it uses the D-pad to select what you're doing. Push up to declare Richi, left for Chi, down for Kan, and right for Pun. You use button 2 when you're going to go out. One hiccup with the interface that got me is that Mahjong Wars is not a game that will declare that you've completed your hand when you declare Richi and have drawn the last tile that you need. Usually in these games, once you've declared that you're 1 tile away from going out, you just cycle tiles until something happens. But this one will let you go right past your win. But enough about Mahjong. What you really want to know about is the RPG mode. The plot of the RPG is that you're a young, promising Mahjong player, and you're summoned to the Mahjong Union headquarters because Mahjong is in crisis. An organization of evil Mahjong players called Mahjong World has been sending Mahjong Assassins out after the Mahjong Masters. The Mahjong Union needs you to put an end to this organization. And what this really means is that you wander around cities in Japan looking for the evil Mahjong players, defeating them, and then moving on to the next city. Sometimes while you're exploring, you'll get jumped by a Mahjong Assassin, and then you'll have to play a hand of Mahjong against them. These random encounters are pretty few and far between though. You have hit points, and as you lose points in your Mahjong game, you lose those hit points. There are tools that you can buy that will give you special abilities in a Mahjong game, like preventing your opponent from picking up one of your discarded tiles, see their hand, or change which tile will give additional points. While wandering around the cities, you can hit button 1 to bring up a menu, and this is how you talk, search, check your status, or use a special ability or item. Progress is saved by returning to the Mahjong Union and getting a password, or you can save to the Tendo Koei 2 memory bank. Really, the RPG mode is just an excuse to play more Mahjong. While you do gain experience and level up, from what I could tell it doesn't have that much of an effect. Mainly it means you can lose more points in a Mahjong match and use your special abilities more often. Mahjong Wars is a really obscure game in Japan. Like pretty much all of the Mahjong games of the era, it's effectively forgotten. Somehow I've reached a point in my life where I actually have opinions on 8-bit Mahjong video games, and I think Mahjong Wars is one that I would not go back to. Mainly it comes down to the interface. I just fumble with it too much. The AI is also pretty tough, though I wouldn't really count that as a negative. That does make even the basic battles in the RPG mode harder than they really feel like they should be. On top of that, while Mahjong Wars might be the first Mahjong RPG on a console, no promises that a computer game beat it to the concept first, because they were doing a lot of funky stuff with Mahjong games at that point. But I've played better Mahjong RPGs than this. Yeah, they're still a year or two off from when Mahjong Wars was released, but I'm recording this in 2025. I'm not bound by the laws of time when it comes to picking up a Mahjong game to play. I could go play Mahjong Venture or Dora 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 right now if I really wanted to. Mahjong Wars just isn't a very interesting Mahjong game. It feels like they might have stripped the only interesting thing about Mahjong Shikaku when they brought it over to the PC Engine.